I'm Washayla Sananda. Thank you for joining me. The more spiritual work we do, the more that we raise our frequency and the more that we expand energetically, we have this ability to maintain a harmony and a balance no matter what is going on out in the world. And when I am in that energetic place where I've really got clarity of balance, where I'm harmonized, I'm aligned, I'm in my higher aspect of myself, I can, it's not that I don't know what's going on in the world or that I don't hear about things, but what it is that nothing can pull me out of my center, my balance, my alignment. When I'm in that space, nothing can sort of suck me down the negative rabbit hole, right? So, am I there all the time? No, I'm not there all the time. And I don't expect you to be there all the time either. What this is about is understanding that the ascension process and raising your frequency, it's not a one-time thing, a one and done. Okay, now I'm there and I'm never going to have these challenges again, or I'm never going to have to deal with getting out of balance or getting upset. That's not how it works. It's these incremental frequency upgrades that we go through as we consistently do our spiritual work. You will consistently be attuning to a higher frequency, a higher state of being, and you'll be able to hold that higher state of being as you do your practices, your meditation practice, your trauma releasing or trauma clearing processes. As the density comes up to be cleared, it's so important not to judge it, not to get stuck in it, but to just notice it, acknowledge it, and then do the work that you need to do to let it go, to clear it from your field, from your body, from your energy, to be able to breathe and really feel into your body and know, okay, yeah, I let that go. Whatever's been up for me, I let it go. So I just did this morning, which is why I wanted to share this with you. I'm going to share just the process that I go through, because I think it's not difficult. It's not hard to understand. It's actually very simple when you just understand what to do and how to do it. So normally I'm just very aligned. I don't know if it's normally, most of the time, hopefully more than half the time, aligned and balanced, stay in a pretty high state of consciousness and frequency. That's my intention. And of course, I have those times where I'm just not there. So today, it's not that I was upset or, angered or triggered by anything. Really, it was more of I was in this melancholy kind of, it was a neutral state, but not a feeling state. This for me is a very uncomfortable place to be. I'm an empath. I feel things deeply. And when I'm disconnected from my ability to feel, that is actually the most uncomfortable thing for me, because even if it's a negative emotion, even if it's pain, I would rather feel that than nothing. Feeling nothing to me is an indicator that I'm not present, I'm not embodied, I'm not here fully, and something is off energetically for me. If I'm not feeling anything, then I know I've got work to do. So that was going on with me this morning. And sometimes I feel that way, it can be kind of like a letdown from a big experience that just happened, or a big project, or if you went to a retreat and came back, there can be that recalibration and kind of a melancholy feeling. And so it can happen, like many different ways. And what I believe is that if it goes unchecked, like many emotions that kind of densify from out here, from the patterns in our field to our energetic body to finally the physical body, if they're not put in check and well worked with. So I wanted to deal with it right away. So I went and did a meditation and, just got aligned, attuned, checked in. And I asked myself, what's going on? What do you need? And then it's just for me a listening to my body. I'm listening to my energy field. I'm asking my higher self, what is needed here to restore balance? And also what I noticed that was interesting is I felt very, very, very tired, even though I had a good night's sleep. There was no real reason for me to feel tired. I was kind of overcome by this feeling of tiredness and melancholy or neutral or no feeling. And that for me signals, all right, I got something to deal with here. I got to get back to center, back to feeling myself, back to feeling my energy, back to me, whatever, me is. It's not present when I'm not feeling. So what I did is just do that check-in, and I'm telling you this so that hopefully this will work for you as well. So and also I feel like this is the precursor when not dealt with. This type of melancholy, neutral, no feeling experience is the precursor to depression. So if you're not dealing with that feeling or non-feeling, then if it's let go for too long and it continues, that can lead to a depressed state. So we don't want that. We want to be embodied. We want to feel ourselves, whatever's going on, good, bad, happy, sad, all of it, and express that so that we can feel harmonious. So here are the steps that I'm going to give you to check in. I started that already. So first of all, it's getting quiet, sitting with yourself, checking in, tuning in, connecting in whatever way you do. I like to connect up to the central sun, connect down to the center of the earth, connect into the heart center, and then bring my focus and energy and attention into the heart. And then from there, I'm in touch with my being, and then ask, what's going on? What do I need? And you might even want to ask your body, what do you need? If you want to extract yourself from it in this experience, what do you need? What does your inner child need? What's happening here that has me feel disconnected from being present? And so what I noticed in this experience, and it might be different for you, it might be, it could be any number of things, but I noticed a sadness. There was like this internal experience of sadness, a sadness about the world, really, and about not just the world, but there was also this internal question: what do you want? What do I want? Is what I want now? What is this? Is it the same as what I used to think that I wanted? And I had some time with friends this weekend, and that was one of the questions that one of my friends asked: what do you really want? If you could have absolutely anything, you didn't have to work, if you had all the money you needed, if you had all the time, if if you had your life absolutely anyway. And it's a great question to ask. How would your life be? What would you be doing with your time? What do you want? And I think it's important to reassess this, because it's possible that what you wanted a year ago or 5 years ago has changed significantly. Or maybe you got that thing that you used to want, and maybe it didn't bring you the joy or the happiness that you thought it would. Or maybe it did for a while, and maybe it's not doing that anymore. So maybe you want something different. Maybe there's something that needs to be shifted or changed in your world. It's a very good inquiry to do regularly, because we don't need to be stuck on, wanting the same thing as we did a year ago or in the past. And that can be changed and upgraded. And it is important to know what you want with your life. What do you want to do with your energy? And then when you know that, you can create pathways to that. So there was a tuning in and focusing for me of witnessing I might not want the same things now that I thought I wanted 3 years ago, 2 years ago, even 1 year ago. And so I just kind of let that experience flow through me. I looked at energetically where I'm at and how that feels energetically. Have I shifted? And what do I need to do to get on board with being harmonious and aligned and present in my body? And I just gave myself space for that to unfold. I didn't try and direct it or attempt to make it look a certain way. I really went into that listening. So I encourage that to go into listening to yourself, your body. When you deeply listen to yourself, to your internal being, to your body, to your psyche, to your emotional energy, deeply listen and let whatever part of you wants to tell you, wants to express itself. It might come in feelings and sensations. It might come in pictures like clairvoyance. It might come in something you hear. It might come in claircognizance, which is just knowing, like a download or an understanding. You communicate with yourself on all of these levels all the time. And so, not to be attached to what it sounds like or looks like or how you receive that information, but to go into deep listening with yourself. Where am I? What do I need? What do I want? What do you want? Speaking to my internal self, my body, my physicality. What do you need? How can I support you? And what is needed here to restore balance and presence? And even if it's not a clear ABC, I mean, rarely is it a do this, this, this. I'm trying to give it to you in that way, the process, but a lot of times it's more of a feeling or just kind of like, oh, yeah, I need to do this more, or I need to give myself more space to just be and not do. It could be something very different for you, but these are the types of things that showed up for me. It was really like my body just wanted to be acknowledged. My energy just wanted to settle in and balance and take some time out from doing. And even though I had my morning meditation, sometimes later in the day, it's necessary to have that check in again and allow a recalibration. Our world is shifting energetically all the time, day by day. And sometimes there are solar flares, sometimes there are cosmic energies coming in that we need to just step back and tune in and take a moment to breathe and integrate and recalibrate and align and balance. And when we can do that, then we can come back feeling refreshed, feeling fully present, feeling much more grounded. I mean, I took about 15 minutes and I felt like a brand new person after doing that. And now I'm much more present. So I'm sharing this with you so that you know that this is a process that, I do it. I think anybody who's sensitive probably needs to do this daily, maybe more than once a day. If you're, and if you're not sensitive, you could still do it daily or more than once a day and get great benefit from it. And not to judge, what you get or don't get or how often you need to do this, but simply to align and calibrate. And as we do that, so I believe that this is how we raise our frequency. And as we're just little by little attuning our awareness, our consciousness, our frequency to a higher level, we raise our ability, we raise our consciousness, our physical expression, so that when these things come up, challenging things in the world happen every day, challenging things in our family life, in our community, they happen. And I'm never saying not to be 100% compassionate. Oh, you always want to be compassionate about that. What you want to avoid is getting sucked in a way that you're completely thrown out of balance, that you can maintain your center, maintain your harmony, maintain your inner peace, and then you can be present as a support for whoever needs your support, for your community, for your world, for your children sometimes, for your family, for your partner, for your friends, and whoever that might be, for the animals, for the plant kingdom, for the earth herself. So when we do this work and when we do this as a daily practice, it's a commitment to upgrade yourself and your frequency. And it's a commitment to, this is truly being in service to other, because when we're out of balance, we are not serving anybody else or ourselves. But when we're in balance and we're fully present, we are anchoring service to other, because we cannot serve others when we are out of alignment, out of balance, not feeling well. It's very difficult to be of service when we're not aligned. So doing your alignment work, raising your frequency on a daily basis, truly is part of being in service to the collective. Every bit of personal work and energetic work that you do for yourself, on yourself, affects everybody else and everything else and the spaces that you go into. And as you raise your frequency, you become a frequency holder that is a presence healer. Your presence will be one of healing and upliftment to others. And others will feel that and experience an upgrade simply by being in your presence or hearing your voice, or maybe even receiving your energy from a distance. This is a great service. So today is really a reminder to take time out for yourself daily, to check in, to recalibrate, not to judge yourself when you are out of balance. It's going to happen, it's a natural thing. And to take the steps necessary to allow yourself to get back into balance. If you're an introvert like I am, I spent a lot of time with friends over the weekend. I needed to take time out to come back and recalibrate, get back into my own energy, restore my energy, and then I have energy to give again. If I don't take time out, I get burned out. And if you're an extrovert, then you will need to go have time with people to get your energy back, to restore your energy. Then you can go enjoy being alone again. So to be aware of how your energy works is important, and to allow yourself the time that you need with people and alone to upgrade and balance your energy and expand your energy so that you can hold a presence of healing and nurturing and support for the collective, and especially for yourself. So I will end there in gratitude, and let's just end with a moment of gratitude. I am grateful for you. I'm grateful for your presence, for you tuning in and watching my videos. If you're on my email list, I'm grateful for you being there and sharing with me in a deeper way. And if you're not, you can join. I'll put the join links. I always put the join links in the video description. And I would love to ask you, I would love for you to put in the comments, what would you like to hear from me in future videos? I would love to serve you by sharing whatever it is that you want to hear about. So leave me a comment. Let me know, what would you like to hear in a future video? And I would be happy to start to include those in my weekly videos, answers to your questions, and talk about topics that are interesting to you. Thank you for joining me today. Please give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe if you haven't yet. And I look forward to seeing you next time. I love you. I cherish you. Namaste.